Oh, good afternoon, folks, and welcome to another little broadcast from Equipping for Life. My name's Tommy Stewart, and with me today we have none other than one of our patrons, the Reverend Jim Rea, former president of the Methodist Church and long-term friend of Brother David Jardine. Jim, good to have you with us. Maybe you want to say a few other words of intro about yourself?
Yes, well, I'm very pleased to be involved with this. I have known Brother Jardine, Brother David, for a long time, and I tremendously admire the work that he has done in Divine Healing Ministries and now in Equipping for Life. I think this project that he's involved with at the minute is very, very worthwhile and very, very important at this particular time. I'm retired. I retired in 2010, so I'm 10 years retired. I was minister last in Shankill Methodist Church on Shankill Road. Prior to that, I was in Portadown for 7 years, and then I spent 21 years at the East Belfast Mission on the Newtonards Road, which was a project in which we actually did have some work with young people around the whole issue of a homework centre. So I'm now retired, but I still do a little bit of work in the Shankill and Woodvale area with the Reverend Colin Duncan.
Yes. Well, as someone who grew up in the Methodist Church, Jim, I have fond memories of your name being always associated with East Belfast, but that was whenever I was quite a bit younger and grew up in Cullybaggey Methodist. So you mentioned Brother Davis and the Equipping for Life project. Can I ask you, Jim, as a long-standing leader in the local community and including the Shankill and other parts of Belfast and Portadown, why do you believe it's important to have an initiative like this that helps young people overcome educational challenges?
Well, way back in the 1990s, I was approached by the Prince's Trust with a view to opening a homework centre in East Belfast. And believe it or not, beyond all our expectations, we acquired a building across from what was then the old Methodist Church building, the old East Belfast Mission building. And we ran a homework centre. And the amazing thing about it was that it had tremendous success. We realized that some young people in the area were basically trying to do their homework in very difficult home circumstances, didn't always have home support to do their homework, and in a sense had a low motivation regarding education. And one of the problems in many areas, and particularly now in North and West Belfast, is the undervalue of education and the excitement that comes when someone achieves a standard of education that they never ever could have believed. That's my own background. I mean, I left school at 15, pretty poorly educated because I really didn't take a terrible interest in school. I saw no great end to it. But I did end up with a university degree, and I ended up studying. I never thought it possible, but it is possible. And people say to me, oh, that's amazing. I say to people, it's not all that amazing. It's a matter of seeing the goal. What do you want to do with your life? And what do you need in order to equip you to do that? And that's one of the great values of what the Equipping for Life project is doing. It's raising the bar, raising expectations, showing to young people that there is great possibilities out there. In the time I was there in the East Belfast, I still come across these people now. I can cite at least 4 of them who have university degrees, and 2 of them are chartered accountants.
Wow.
And they came from difficult situations.
That spark of inspiration and support in younger life, Jim, was enough to give them that motivation to move on with their lives. Jim, you mentioned people getting involved from churches, and indeed Equipping for Life is based on finding volunteers from local churches who will help young people. Why do you think there's value in church people being involved in projects like Equipping for Life, and how do you think it benefits these sorts of projects, having people of faith in the volunteer team?
Well, actually, education, when you look back to the early days of the Methodists and the Sunday school movement, it was very much in the lifestyle of the early Methodist movement to create education through Sunday schools. Education is important, not just from the point of view of getting yourself to a certain level. it's about life, and it's about making discoveries about life. And I always pray that behind all of that is the spiritual discovery of coming to have a personal experience of God and know that God, see, I try to say to people, no matter where they are in life, God has a purpose for your life. And try and find what that purpose is. Now, you're asking me about the use of volunteers. Well, I think they bring to the schools a Christian ethos, and volunteering is a great thing for church people to do. There's lots of people out there who are retired, who have skills in this area, come from a various number of professions and backgrounds, yes, who really can help young people.
And it's wonderful that already in the first year or two of Equipping for Life, 150 odd people have volunteered from churches, and obviously we're hoping for more in the time to come. But in the earlier part of your conversation, Jim, you talked specifically about being asked to establish a homework club, and that's an area that Brother David Jardine particularly feels pressed by God to develop into in the coming year. And there are plans to begin identifying volunteers for that and developing homework clubs. Having been someone who overseen a homework club develop and run successfully, Jim, are there any guidance you would give in terms of how to make homework clubs successful? Should Equipping for Life pursue this direction?
Well, you've got to make sure that the homework club is fun. So it's not just putting your head down into books. So that when the young people would come to our homework club, there might be an opportunity to play a game of pool, a game of table tennis, have a refreshment, and meet with others. And because it's one-to-one, there's a tremendous development of relationships between the person who's helping and the young person. And the homework clubs are tremendous because you will find that there'll be people willing to donate books, donate stationery, all kinds of things to the homework club. The atmosphere of a homework club, as against going into a school, which is what we're doing, and that's tremendous. The advantage of the homework club is you're running it in the afternoon after school time. And the kids, young people, come straight from the school and they go into their homework club, have a refreshment, take a wee bit of relaxation, and spend an hour with people who actually give them one-to-one tuition around the homeworks that have been set for the day.
Tremendous. And I think, again, another opportunity to help young people, as you say, take that step forward when maybe there's not just the same support at home, Jim, that others might have, and get moving. Jim, we're grateful as ever for your time. We're very grateful for your ongoing support of Equipping for Life and your expertise in over many years. So can we thank you just for your time today, Jim, and pray God's blessing upon you. And we look forward to engaging more with you in Equipping for Life.
Well, thank you very much, Tommy. And as I say, I am amazed. I'm amazed when Brother David shared this vision with some people. You know, you always have a little bit of hesitancy. You think, oh, don't know. And I'm like that too. But what has amazed me is the remarkable response from volunteers and from the willingness of school heads and principals to say yes to this with open arms. And because all of the child protection measures are taking place and everything is being done properly and in order, I think that this is a tremendous project. And I would want to commend it warmly, and not only warmly, but to see it develop as it will in the days to come. And of course, if God is for us, who can be against us?
Amen. Every blessing, Jim.
Thank you very much.